Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about velocity. If you work in agile environment, you've heard velocity before, but not everyone quite clear about how to calculate velocity, why it's important, and what velocity actually is. Today, with a very simple example that makes sense to everyone, I'm trying to find the answer for these three questions. Imagine you have a car with maximum capacity of 200 kilometers per hour, and the goal is to travel from Melbourne to Adelaide, which is 1,000 kilometers, to meet your partner. If your partner asks you when you're going to be in Adelaide, you will say 5 hours. But when you start your trip, you're going to hit a lot of roadblockers that slow you down. For example, there might be some road work, or you might be pulled over by police, or you stop over, have a coffee, stretch your leg, and also you're stuck in traffic. So when you reach Adelaide, you notice that it took you actually 10 hours. And that basically you ended up with an unhappy partner because you gave your partner an invalid expectation. And that's because you plan based on your full 100% capacity, 200 kilometers per hour. And you didn't consider anything that slow you down. And that's basically exactly what happened in organization. So let's have a look and see how to calculate our velocity. In previous example, we traveled 1,000 kilometers in 10 hours, which means we travel in average 100 kilometers per hour, not 200 kilometers per hour. If I want to calculate team's velocity for upcoming sprint, I look at our historical data. For example, team in last 3 iterations, team delivered 197 story points, which means they can deliver 65 story points per iteration. And that means team shouldn't commit to deliver anything more than 65 story points for upcoming iterations. Again, if this is the velocity of team, which means they deliver 60 story points in iteration 1, they had a spike in iteration 2, so they delivered 75 story points, and then 62 story points in iteration 3. And that means if we want to plan, we should plan for the average of these 3, and that gives me 65 story points. So we should plan and commit not more than 65 story points for upcoming iteration. And that gives a better expectation and prediction to customer and business. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment or question. Thank you.